As long as you're in the scandals, you're in the news, and people are talking about you, whether they're hating you or loving you, you're doing your job. Ew, there's only one Orry.
What have you done that hasn't made it out to the public
Everything
yet?
I do will make it out to the public. I am a public Donald Trump fan.
You are something else.
When opportunity comes your way, you must, by all means, snatch it.
Carpe diem.
Whoever that is. I personally don't believe in sex before marriage.
So you've never had sex. Would you murder for views?
Listen, you talk too much.
When the cameras are off, Orry is a monster. A dangerous, dark monster. So please be careful.
What the hell?
Welcome to the Suvir Saran Show. Today's guest is Orry, this incredible human being with effervescent energy, a man who can make the world dance to his tune. Welcome to the show, Orry. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So what's the secret behind those rosy pink cheeks that my grandmother would have been swooning over?
This is my face.
But how gorgeous are you?
I know. Thank
You are like, I secretly admire you, respect you, adore you, and root for you because you're the
Stop.
kindest human I know.
Stop.
No,
You don't
beyond
know
all
me
that,
that well, Saveer, then that means you just don't know me that well.
you know what? I think you put on a facade.
No, I don't. No, absolutely. Even last night someone asked me, they were like, does anyone know the real Orry? And I was like, ew, there's only one Orry. The same person you meet in the morning is the same one in the evening, the
No,
same
that
one in the
I
afternoon,
understand.
the same one at night. There's no like
Pretend
one Orry
Orry.
here and one Orry. No. You see the same Orry off screen, on screen, in the bedroom, out of the bedroom, at home, out of the house, on the street. Yeah, no. I find those people, like who do that. Oh, I'm wearing a mask.
Switch on and switch
And
off.
that's really 2008.
And you're 24?
Don't ask such questions.
Is it only for wine, age? Are you fine wine?
Age don't mean a thing if you got that swing.
Age would mean a thing if you got that win. Wow. So what's that on your, is that a seahorse?
This is a seahorse, yeah.
When you wore it for me, I'm told.
I void for it. This, I think, is the essence of my beauty. And, seahorses is the only species in the world where the male reproduces.
So can you reproduce?
No, I cannot.
We don't know yet though.
No, we definitely do know. Men do not reproduce, Savi.
But
There are only two genders.
there are no other gender?
No, I don't believe so.
You don't believe in those
No,
in
no,
between?
I do not. I'm a firm believer of two genders.
Like Donald Trump.
Yes. And 75% of America as well who voted for him.
Are you a fan?
I am, yeah.
Come on.
I am a public Donald Trump fan.
Where's
In fact, when I came out as a Donald Trump fan, people went crazy and they were in shock. And I was like, I've been campaigning for him for months
where?
for free on my Instagram account. Like, why is this a shock? I did a whole post. I voted. I had my ballot. There's a video of me signing the ballot, posting the ballot. I did it.
What do you like about him?
A lot of things. Like, too many things, actually.
You find him sexy and hot too?
I would say he's an attractive older man, yeah. In fact, now I've adopted his dance steps also. So last night I was at a club and I was doing this and people were recording and I was like, oh.
You are crazy good.
Thank
Now, when I met you in Nepal, I think the highlight of Kathmandu was you.
Thank
Not the temples, not the chants, not the Himalayas.
So you're too sweet to me.
I'm not.
You say this to everyone.
I don't, because I'm Orry. I'm an Orry of an older kind. I don't believe in having these faces, as you said. And what I loved was that you were you all the time.
Thank you.
From morning, we saw you during the daytime and late into the evening.
Yes.
And you never changed.
I never changed.
And you were the same
Not even my
person.
outfit.
That they have changed a little. Where do you get this energy from? Malabar Hill kids don't have energy like this, so Bandra kids are better.
I'm an
energy.
Altamount Road boy, actually.
Wait to Altamount Road, yes.
Altamount Road.
But
I don't know, I guess,
Carmichael going to Altamount.
Altamount, pure Altamount.
Pure Altamount,
Not-
but they don't have energy. They're sleepy,
I guess I took everyone's
old
energy.
money. They just.
I took everyone's energy and I kept it.
That's where it went.
The Altamount Road community, the community meetings, I was like, I'll take yours, I'll take yours, thank you.
You took all the
Like,
energy.
you know, in Harry Potter, there's that one tool you open and the light gets sucked in. That was me. I sucked the youth out of everyone around me and I left.
And that's why you glow pink. What school did you go to?
I was in Cathedral
I could
till
have.
about
I should have
9th,
guessed
10th
that.
grade, and then I went to boarding school in Kodaikanal, which is
So
Kodi
beautiful, Kodi
Yeah.
International. It was my dream school to have
It was
gone
my
to.
dream school. After I went there, I found out it was my
It
dream
was
school.
so
And I had the
amazing.
best time.
That
I had
campus?
the best, most, now it's gentrified. So I actually visited Kori last April. I took a train. I took a train up to Kodaikanal, like a local train, and no one would have expected that I'd be on the train.
And what happened? The stampedes in the train?
There was a line on the compartment for people to take photos. There was no security. It was me and my roommate from boarding school on this train. And it was, honestly, people about the trains. I had a great time on the train. It was safe, it was clean, and I was wearing these Hermes croc flats, and I put my shoe on the seat, and there was a photo of it. And it went viral. Orry puts shoe on train seat, disrespected the train. Then they zoom in.
They put people sleep with their feet on top of the
Double standards for famous people. Then they zoom in on the shoe, and it's a croc Hermes shoe, and they're like, "Oh, shoe costed more than the train compartment."
Or the train.
Or the train. And then when you sleep on a train, you put your bag under your head like a pillow. So there's a picture of that. And they were like, uses LV bag as pillow. And it's like headlines left, right. And I just loved it. I loved the train. I loved the attention. And next morning, media headline. Railway Ministry has hired Orry to do PR for the train. Says if Orry can ride the train, so can you. No one paid me to ride the train, but I had the best. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm unhealthily obsessed with trains. I love a train. I grew up playing with that Thomas tracks.
You build
like
over
anywhere we'd go.
township and
I'd
everything.
make my mom buy me an extra set of the track, and it had these long trains and double
and
trains and
train shops,
and
train
I'd use
stops.
like bricks and books and make it go up, and my whole bedroom was a train station.
So from Altamont Road to the Ambanis, did you work for them before you became the famous Orry, or you were doing it side by side?
I once worked at Reliance Brands. In fact, 2 days ago, I went to the Palladium Mall to make a viral reel with my 18-year-old friends. And as we went up the escalator, we saw the Steve Madden store, and I looked at them and I looked at the store, and I was like, I used to sell shoes in that store. And how things have changed, because I'm not in that store. I mean, of course, look at me today. And even the sales team that was there, the manager of the store wasn't there. And the people who were on the floor, the fashion assistants, we like to say inside, we don't like to use the word on floor salespeople, whatever, we say fashion assistants. Even they've gone, they've been promoted, have gone for their weddings actually. They're still friends till today. And it was such a I don't know if you'd call it a bittersweet moment. Sweet because I used to work there, bitter because it's a shoe store. And but yeah, I worked in that shoe store, and I just stood there. I told these friends of mine, I was like, I used to work there. And they didn't believe me. They didn't even pay attention. They just walked off. And I just stood there like I was in a movie staring at it. I've gone, the manager's gone, the FCs have gone, but the store has stayed.
The Ambanis, I was talking to Jim Sarup, and I said, Ambanis are almost like the Parsis. The Parsis built the Bombay of yesteryear. And I think the Ambanis are building Mumbai of today. They've shaped a lot of it.
I think what the Ambanis have created is absolutely mesmerizing. I feel they find things in places no one else has found, and they're able to build things no one else can build. For example, the NMACC.
Do you get time to go there?
I do. I go very often, actually. But in fact, they're playing one of my favorite plays, which is The Phantom of the Opera. And you must go if you're watching this. This is not enough.
Have you seen it yet?
I have. And yeah, from the NMACC to the mall to all the things they build. Even, for example, like something as simple as Geo Garden, which is just a space where you can have things. Like I went for Little Flea the other day, which was a phenomenal flea market. It gave room and space to so many small businesses. I've gone store to store. I've gone hopping. People are gifting me things. It was so nice. And the place was crowded. You're in central Mumbai in this crowded space where you can have this flea market. And to think, like years ago, I didn't even know what the Little Flea was, and now I'm a recurring guest. I thought the Little Flea was a festival where everyone dresses up like a flea. So I remember the first time I heard about it, I was like, I would love to dress like a flea with little antennas and little like wings and go for the Little Flea. And then my work friends are like, no, that's not the Little Flea, it's a flea market. So I was like, oh. But how cute would it be if everyone was just dressed like little fleas, like Comic-Con but for fleas?
It would be amazing, actually. So from there, what happened? After you left the Ambanis, what did you do?
You have to say Reliance.
Reliance, yeah, Reliance.
But I did many things. People underestimate the amount of things that I've done.
No, you do non-stop. I think out of 24-hour day, you may be working 46 or 48 hours.
And I tell people all the time that you may have 24 hours in the day, but I have more. And I feel like since a really young age, I was really hell-bent on the fact that you have to work. Because,
How? Because you grew up with
it
privilege.
doesn't matter. My parents were really strict about the fact that money goes as easily as it comes. Both of them came from big families where maybe lost a lot and gained a lot and whatever. These were the
But
values.
they taught you how to be careful about it.
Yeah, very, 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 very careful. I'm a good timetable when it comes to spending my money. But I feel from a really young age, I was really taught that you must work. So I always thought like I'd have this like 9 to 5 job and I'd have a very serious job and really work myself up. Later, I realized you have to work smarter, not harder, because times have changed. There are too many people trying for jobs right now. There are too many jobs. The market is saturated. Everything's expensive. Salaries aren't getting higher. Prices aren't getting lower. Think about inflation. Prices have gone up. Things have costs. You're not getting paid as much as you should be getting paid to afford those things. So you must work smarter, not harder. So I learned from a young age that you have to work hard, but you have to keep evolving. So I'm always reinventing myself. And I feel that I've been screaming this as well from the top of rooftops as long as I can remember. I am constantly reinventing myself. I am constantly changing my job profile. I'm constantly changing myself. I'm constantly changing my hair. My hair
And
will
it's looking
change every
amazing
time
today.
you meet me.
Yeah, I was looking at you.
So
and like his parting has changed.
yeah. So
And the cut of the beard.
thank you. You noticed. So yeah, you have to keep reinventing yourself, I feel, and that's what I did. And I was never ashamed to take an opportunity. One thing I learned, and I learned this from Priyanka Chopra's interviews, because I really love watching her interviews, is you have to be a go-getter and you have to be an opportunist. When opportunity comes over, you must, by all means, snatch it. And you can't be ashamed of it. So anytime an opportunity has come my way, I've just taken it. I don't care who's on my left, who's on my right, who's in front of me, who's behind me. I really don't care.
They can fall, drop.
They can fall, drop, fly. Doesn't matter.
Break their bones.
Exactly.
Orry has to be ahead.
I have to. And I've always seized the opportunity and I've seized the moment.
Carpe diem.
Whoever that is.
Seize the moment.
Exactly. So I've constantly switched it up and done new things, which is why they say I am
A
jack of all trades,
and
but a
master
master
of
of
all
none.
too.
No. You don't want to be perfect at everything.
Who wants to be? Perfection is overrated.
I mean, I would like to say I am perfect.
You're almost.
Yes. But that is one thing I hate about myself.
You're almost a perfect Orry.
Exactly. A 9.9 on 10.
So tell me.
A 0.1 scope for improvement.
We all need it, no? But you're all of us at 1.2, you're at 9.9. That's the difference. That's
The opportunist in me.
No, I think you're also very generous and kind. I've seen you in action. You have friends that you're taking around with you that you bring to the party. You don't leave them behind. So all that love with being friends and all. Are you the modern day Osho and the Osho OG party that's happening?
No, Sabir. I meant like it's just friends hanging out as friends. I don't believe in sex prior to marriage. Just FYI.
And I agree with you. There should be no sex prior to marriage.
No, people don't realize this about me, but I'm actually very conservative.
Me too.
Yeah. Like, do everything else. Do whatever you want. Like, I'm not saying, and it's fine if you do it. Like, I'm not here judging anyone, or maybe I am, but that's fine. I've earned the right to. But my point is that I personally don't believe in sex before marriage. I don't believe in that.
So you've never had sex yet?
No, I've not. Or maybe I have, but that was in my past life.
But that wasn't sex.
And I'm like what one would say a secondary virgin, but a virgin nonetheless. But yes, but back to Osho. I actually recently met Ma Anand Sheila in Nepal. After you left, she came and I was invited.
We couldn't have been both there at the same time.
No, you couldn't. That would have been too much for the room. And she was absolutely adorable. I loved her.
Have you kept up with her?
No, I have not. But she was so sassy and so witty and just so funny.
So I used to be at the ashram in the 1990s before you were even a dream in your parents' imagination.
So you are an Orgy attender yourself?
Osho attender.
An Osho attender.
So I used to be
What's the difference?
Once you open your ashram, is there an Orry ashram happening?
Once you open your ashram? No, there will be no Orry ashram.
Why?
I don't want such responsibility.
See, we have Orry guards.
We have
livers.
We do.
So now we just need an Orry
I don't want
ashram.
such responsibility of other people. Like I tell everyone that's around me, like I will always do my best to take care of you, but I'm not responsible for you. I don't want your parents calling me up and saying,
You're
kid
not a
was with
babysitter.
you. I'm not a babysitter. Like I don't want all of that. Like I just don't want all of that. Like I don't want. No.
What do you want? If there were no cameras rolling, which will pretend they don't exist.
That's exactly what I want. I want them to roll. Like I want
You
to
want
be
them never to stop.
loved and heard and seen, and that's exactly what I want. I tell people, like if I'm out and people's phones go up, I get so happy. Like I get so happy.
From what age?
I guess I was always famous. I wasn't publicly famous, you know.
Have your parents had any role to do with this, or did you make your own genes?
I feel my parents are actually anti-attention.
All of this.
Yeah, they raised me in a way where they were like, you should not seek attention, you should not go out of your way for it, like don't do all these weird things.
Have they called it weird?
No, they didn't call it weird, but like, like they're just really soft, sweet,
Everyday.
minding their own business. Like, will wake up, play badminton at 6 a.m., go to work, do something random, watch like a soap opera and go to sleep kind of a people. And, I guess every parent wants their kid to follow in their footsteps. And I was like, hell to the no, brother. Because I was like, I knew exactly what I wanted, and ain't no mom and ain't no dad standing
no
in the way of
badminton.
me. And no badminton is standing in the way of me and my paparazzi moment. However, I'm a very good badminton player because it is our family.
Even me. Oh, I love badminton. One of the few sports I play.
You
Tennis
like
and
throwing cocks
badminton.
around. It's our family sports. We all play it.
How wonderful.
Thank you.
What else did the family play together?
We used to play card game that was really difficult. I used to play with my mom, and I used to always lose. And then one day I started winning, and then I never lost.
You were cheating.
No, I was not. But I do support cheating. Like, not in a game perhaps, because then you didn't actually win, so the satisfaction isn't there, but in life. I would support you if you took Ozempic. That's cheating, but I support, If you were in love with one woman or man and another woman or man, I'd support you to put your foot in both ponds. So I would support that. Like if you're a bodybuilder and you took steroids, I wouldn't judge. I'd say do what you got to do to get what you want to get. In the beginning of 2022 or 23, now I can't remember 23 beginning, I was really fat.
Hello, how could you be fat?
I'll send you a pic. I
I
was
want to
really
see
large,
that.
and this is pre-Ozempic. So that
There's
was,
hope for me?
yes, there's hope for everyone. And I was quite large. I was like 70 something kilos. And that was the year I decided to become famous. And I was like, you can't be fat and famous. That's not going to work. Like, you can't start off like that. No one wants to see a fat 5-foot boy walk around on TV. And so I really starved myself. And some days,
But that's not good.
I know. And some days I'd wake up and my neck would be hurting because I'd just fall asleep on the toilet seat after throwing up my dinner. But it worked and I lost the weight. And that's cheating technically, but I did it and I did what I had to do to get where I had to get. And so that's the kind of cheating I support.
And now, are you over that cheating?
I mean, I lost the weight.
But now you're okay.
I was always okay. When I wasn't not okay.
Your smile doesn't show that you're doing all of
It's
that
fake.
anymore. The teeth are fake?
Yes, they are.
No.
I have slim nails.
And the lip?
They're
Are those
real.
fake
They're
too?
real.
So, America. You arrived in New York
Yes.
to study what?
So when I graduated boarding school, I went to Parsons. I did design and technology and communication design. It was a great school. I don't think I've ever used anything I learned in school in real life. But I think that's most of us. Like, unless you study medicine or law, like, I don't really know. Because I didn't follow a design focused career after that, right? However, living in New York in your formidable years, that really shapes you. And I already went to boarding school, so that makes you very independent. It's a big city. And remember, these people say those cringy lines, like if you make it in New York, you make it anywhere in the world. I didn't make it in New York, but I learned a lot.
Where did you live?
Near Gramercy Park. That's, yeah.
That's very close to your school too.
Yeah, it was walking distance from my school. And I had a lot of good friends there. I stayed a few years on after college as well. I still have good friends
And you have
there.
that New York number?
Yes,
on
I
your
do.
WhatsApp. I'm
My
very
number-
proud.
Still my
I
New
gave
York
it up
number.
last year and I'm like, wow, after
No, no,
seeing
no.
yours, I'm like, he's smarter than me.
I'm a 917 guy.
Yeah, I was
So,
very proud that you have that.
Thank you. But yeah, so that really shaped me as a person. I feel living in a big city, living on your own, really shapes you. You know what you need. And also I'm someone who can live on the absolute basics, which a lot of people don't realize, is that you can put me in a tent and I'll be fine, and you can put me in a 5-star hotel and I'll be fine.
What are basics for you?
Food, water, and Chanel.
Food, water, and Chanel. And the bathroom doesn't matter whether it's train bathroom
I
or
was
a-
raised knowing that I can piss in fields if I have to.
And big business? Where would you do that?
I can do that in a field as well.
With a lota.
With a what?
Lota, with that
Oh
water.
no, I have made my own devices now.
You are something else.
Thank you.
So New York, seedlings of Orry coming out in New York? Were you creating a splash there? Did you?
I don't think so. I think New York, I wasn't really creating anything. I think I created myself there. I think that's where really, like I said, those are your growing up years. You're shaping who you are as a person. I think there were many things that 18-year-old me did that maybe today I wouldn't do because I'd find it beneath me to have done them. Or like I'd be like, that's really gross. Why would you do that? But I'm happy you did because you did it then. I don't have to now. You know, you get things out of your system. You learn things. You learn tricks. You learn how to hustle. And that's important.
And how many tricks will you have a day?
How many?
Tricks.
Tricks. I feel everything is a trick. I feel like I'm permanently, life's a show and we all play our part.
What brought you back home from New York to Bombay, Mumbai?
Hmm.
Mumbai or Bombay for you?
It depends on the context. Like I feel in a casual conversation, I would say Bombay, but in a more formal conversation, I'd refer to it as Mumbai. I juggle both words. I know people say Bombay is emotion, and Mumbai is the city, etc. But like, it's not that deep. You know, it's just not that deep.
Whatever comes out.
Whatever comes out in that moment, it depends on the context of how you're speaking. You know.
What brought you back to Mumbai, Bombay?
I think I was always going to live most of my life in India. I don't think I ever wanted to live most of my life in America. And I'm not looking to live my life in America either. Or I do like living in India most of my time and spending a lot of time out of the country as well, like whether you're traveling or holidaying. But it is the place I grew up in. It is the place that I am important in. It is the place I belong in. You have to remember, as an Indian in America, you will always be an Indian in America. You're an Indian first and then everything else. Whereas in India, I am Orry first. You know, oh, he's that cool friend. Like, oh, he's that friend. Oh, Orry's coming. Whereas in India, it's like, oh, that Indian guy in the group, or that Indian guy in the office. Or you know what I mean?
Has it been difficult to become yourself with all the noise of, you know, I know you love the paparazzi, but behind the snapping of the photographs and all of that, is Orry happy or is he sometimes sorry?
The other day, my friend asked me a question. She was like, you know, I'm dating this guy, and he told me, like, I love waking up happy every morning. And she said this to me really seriously. And she's like, do you wake up happy every morning?
Of course you
like,
do.
How could you say, like, I wake up happy every morning? Isn't that weird? And I was like, looking at my friend, I was like, you live in a mansion. You don't have a job. You have everything at your fingertips. What do you mean you're asking a question like, isn't it weird that he said I wake up happy every morning? It's like, I wake up happy every morning. I wake up content as can be. And I was talking, I was like, are you okay? Like, should I be worried? Like, who doesn't wake up happy every morning? The next morning I woke up and I wake up really early sometimes. So I woke up at like 9 and I was like, oh, I can get in another half-hour sleep. But I was like, no, I am happy to be awake. And so I won't go back to sleep because I am so happy to be awake and to be alive and to be part of my reality that I don't want to go back to sleep and escape my reality in my surreality, which is my dreams. No, I'm happy to be awake. I'm happy to like arrange my stuffed toys on my bed. I'm happy to go brush my teeth. I'm happy to Google myself and I'm happy to start my day. Like I am very happy. I am very content. And yes, that is me.
Do you get time to read, write, sing, dance alone?
I've said this before. I've said this many times. I read every day. I spend the whole day reading. I'm always reading.
What kind of stuff do you read?
The comments on my Instagram.
And
no, it's a lot.
And you get a lot, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I read.
And the emotions are all kinds.
I read every single comment.
And you reply to people.
And I reply. So
yeah, that's what I find amazing.
I do. I write the replies. You know, and
you're doing it yourself.
I'm doing it myself. And I like everything I see. So people say, oh, did he like this rude comment? Like, how could he like it? I was like, no.
Acknowledgement.
It's acknowledgement. It's not that I liked it. It's not like, love you. It's, Orry was here. Orry has read it. You have been acknowledged. Next one.
So where did you get this discipline? Who taught you to be this gracious person?
Like I said earlier before, what do we all want? To be seen and to be heard.
But people want to be seen and heard. They don't do it for the other. You are doing it for the other. Where did you get that from?
Treat others as you would yourself, Suvir.
You're so biblical, huh?
Whatever that is. But yes, like treat others as you would yourself. If I commented, like I comment on, you will see me on random reels. People like catch me and they're like, why are you commenting? And they're like, Orry, what are you doing here? And like random people's photos and reels. And I'm just commenting. And I hope that they see my comment. And they do because I'm famous. But they do see it. And I like that. I like to feel seen and heard and acknowledged.
And you do that
for others. So I do that for others. Actually, I do it for myself. Because I know by doing it for others, others will do it for
you. It comes back.
This is not charity. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for me.
So is it fair for people to call you you're going to kick me here, call you the...
They do call me Orry of the people. They do call me that. Is that what you were going to ask?
No, they call you the Shalini Pasi of Bombay.
Shalini and I are really good friends. And we're actually, people don't know this about Shalini and I. We're actually birthday twins. We were born on the same day. So, of course,
And
naturally.
charitable twins and happy twins. You know, the thing is the energy. A lot of it is very... now...
I don't know about all of that because Shalini is the kind of person who goes to Tirupati every week and
She
shaves her
does.
head bald.
And she shares the prasad with people.
She does. So that way we are different, but there are certain things about us that are very similar.
Positive.
Yeah, of course, she was born like 30 years before me, but yet on the same day. No, I'm not insulting her. Me and her, she made the joke. I was like, Shalini, we're born on the same day. And she's like, yeah, except I was 30 years ago. And I was like, you said it, babe. You said it. But no, I love Shalini, and we have been friends prior to both of us being public figures.
Is there something that you are going to show us and wow us with? You're cooking up in your head.
No.
You live as the moments come.
Things just happen, Suvi.
They do.
Things just happen. The thing is, one, people underestimate how much I work for things to happen.
Oh, I've seen you work. You're working non-stop.
But things just happen. So I don't really plan like what's next, what's going to come next. But I know something is going to come. And I'm working towards that something. I don't have famous parents. I'm not an industry kid. People don't realize that. I don't want to say, oh, I'm an outsider, because like, I just don't like that word.
After all, Toronto, you can't be.
So that's what, but like in this industry, on the space of public speaking, on the place of being a public figure, I mean, in this context, right? There are many rich kids. There are many people from South Bombay. There are many industrialist children. Like, not all of them become famous. There are many kids.
They're not you. They're not daring enough.
But, so that's what I'm saying, right? So it's not like, oh, you're an Altamount Road kid, so you're not an outsider. No, it's still hard. But how do I say this? I don't want to say, oh, I'm an outsider, but I don't have that lineage in my family. So I do work very hard for the public platform that I've received. People don't see that struggle. Also, I don't show the struggle because I grew up in a way where you're not supposed to show your struggle. You're not supposed to show it. You're supposed to show the grandeur of it all. You're not. Maybe today things have changed and people like that authenticity and think like, we want to see that fight. We want to see that struggle. But I grew up in a world where you're not supposed to show that, you know, you sat on the floor making your outfit. You're just supposed to show the amazing outfit you wore when you went out and let it look like it was something expensive. So I don't like to show that hustle. That being said, I do work very hard. Sometimes I feel as a self-made Nepo kid, people really underestimate the amount of work I put in to have the platform that I have.
What are your comments on Urfi when you said
I
sit
love
down?
Urfi.
You said you sit down and do the... What an
Urfi and I are
incredible,
really good
what an
friends.
incredible woman.
Yeah. And I was friends with Urfi before she even became famous. I was friends with Urfi at a time where people would message me saying, okay, if you hung out with her, that's fine, but don't post with her. And I was like, if I hang out with someone, they're entitled to a post. Because if I hang out with you for more than 10 seconds, you are entitled to being in my Instagram story.
I'll be on your post.
I think you already have been. But if you hung out with me for 10 seconds, that's the bar is very low.
What a strong woman she is.
She's
and talk about beautiful skin.
Yeah, she is amazing. And I think what Urfi has achieved, you know, with a lot of people being against her in the beginning and now those same people loving her, but also shows you how fickle-minded people can be, you know. One day they can love you and one day they can hate you and they can love you again.
And have you felt it? This love and hate
from
people?
I mean, I feel it every day. But as long as people are feeling things, you know.
I see the same
as long
thing.
as people
as long
are
as they're feeling something, you've done something right.
Feeling something, you know.
You don't get broken by the bad energy.
You see, as in, I'm not an actor, right? But
You're not?
No, I'm not an actor. I don't act really. But yet I'm a public figure of some sorts, right? So Lindsay Lohan once told me, and she was like, you know, as an actor, you're not just an actor, you're a full-time entertainer. So while you're entertaining through a movie, even when the movie's over, because she was in so many scandals, she's like, as long as you're in the scandals, you're in the news and people are talking about you, whether hating you or loving you, you're doing your job of being an entertainer, and we strive to be an entertainer. So end of day, I don't mind if you're loving me, if you're hating me, as long as you're something in me.
You're sparking something out of it.
Right? So I don't mind. I don't care, because like Lindsay Lohan said, the point is to be an entertainer. And like the great American professor Britney Spears once said, there are only two types of people in the world, the ones who entertain and the ones that observe. And which one would you like to be? Well, hell, I ain't spending my day observing other people. I can barely like watch other people's contents. Like, yeah.
Do you ever watch other people's content?
I don't really consume content other than my own. I try my hardest not to.
So why are you so kind to me?
Because we're friends, we're on a holiday
You
together.
don't have to do that.
But
I'm not
Saveer,
even.
actually, I would like to say I'm actually not that kind to you. Because I would only reply to 1 or 5 of your messages.
Which is okay.
Because I was so busy. But if I was really that kind, I'd have replied to all. But I was like, Saveer, I'm busy. I'm in the middle of 3 things and you won't stop messaging. Like, what do I do? Like, I want to send you a voice note back saying, Saveer, stop. I want it to be like, listen,
But
you
you
talk
did.
too much.
You did.
Did what?
Send messages back.
I did.
Emojis
I
back.
did.
Where does that come from?
I wanted you to feel your message was acknowledged and seen and
But where
read
do you
and
get this
heard.
decency from?
My upbringing. I don't want to question my upbringing.
So it is the parents. I know you bought your own jeans, but in the end,
Yeah. I mean, I feel your parents define a large part of who you are, yes. Because they raise you.
And are you connected with them even now?
Yes, of course.
And do they see all of this
They
world that
do.
you've
They
created?
do see, but they are unmoved. I
It's
feel
beautiful.
like they got desensitized to it.
But that's a good thing, isn't it? And grandparents? Are the grandparents still?
I have a grandmother, yes.
And is she very proud of you?
As proud as a grandmother can be of someone having an Insta career. She wouldn't understand it, but she would say, you do you, and I'm happy for you.
You do you, and I'm happy for you. Are there foods in the family that you love? See, I'm a chef. I'll ask everybody what their favorite foods are when nobody's watching and they want to indulge themselves.
I'm not really that much of a foodie. Like, I wouldn't say.
But you cook, you told me
Yes,
sometimes.
I do. I don't cook. I have a few viral recipes. That's about
We
it.
were going to cook together.
Yes.
And make a
We could have
viral
cooked
recipe.
my viral recipes. I have a few, like I have a viral iced coffee.
And noodles of some
Yes,
kind.
I have a viral noodle. I have a viral omelette. So I have a few viral recipes, and that's what I make again and again for people who want to try my viral dishes.
I want to try one of your
I
viral.
will make it for you.
When?
But,
this lifetime or another?
in the near future. In the future, for sure. At some point in the future. But no, foods, I wouldn't really say I don't wake up craving food. I don't eat sugar, period. I try to avoid it as much as you can. So things like ketchup still have sugar in it, right? So like if you're eating a French fry and you dip it in ketchup, that's still sugar to me. So I try to avoid even that. I don't think I've eaten a fruit since like 2023.
Why? What do you have against fruit?
Fructose. The other day, someone tried to make me eat an ice cream, and I was like, "There's sugar," and he's like, "No, there's no added sugar." I was like,
No,
"Added sugar is still sugar," and he was like, "No, or it's natural sugar." I was like, "I'm sorry, natural
read
sugar."
and
I
passed
said
it.
no sugar. I didn't say natural sugar. There was, and I was like, I will not be scammed by you and your added natural sugar tricks. So I avoid sugar. But I'm the kind of person who likes to order many things and then have a bite of each dish. So I'll order like 10 dishes, and like yesterday I did something different for breakfast. So the day before yesterday, I did a calisthenics class, and I felt so different and strong in my body.
Really?
I felt so fulfilled with this amazing class that I did, because I'm strong, I'm not weak. But I did this class, and it's a different kind of torturing your body sort of class. And then I went home and I had a brand event, and I wore this like fishnet top with this tank top, and I dressed like and I partied like it was 2008, and I felt so confident to do it because of this class I went to. I just felt like I can party like it's 2008. I can dress like a and I went out and I raged and I downed all the tequila shots in the world. And so the next morning when I woke up, I was like, I'm going to do something different for breakfast. Normally my breakfast is really small, but I ordered a masala dosa, a cheese dosa, a Mumbai cheese toasty, an idli, and a pav bhaji. And I had one bite of each item. And I was so happy.
And where did you order from?
Shiv Sagar.
Oh, you like Shisaga?
It was on Swiggy. And I typed dosa and I
That's
found
the
it.
first one.
And I thoroughly enjoyed my one bite of each dish. And I cut it out of the dosa. Like I didn't juta the dosa.
So somebody else could eat
yeah.
it.
And then I gave it to my team at home. And it was such a fulfilling breakfast.
How amazing. Do you live with
And
your...
also dosa is trending right now.
They are?
Yes.
Because you had them the other day.
Because I had them also, yes. But also there's that song on Instagram Reels like idli, dosa, sambar, chutney. So you'll see me make a reel to that song. So,
Ooh.
yes, so South Indian food is trending, and keep in mind I grew up in South India.
Kodaikanal. So do you live with your parents?
I do. I feel every good Indian boy lives with their parents.
So I'm not living with my mom. I'm a bad Indian boy?
Well, you're no longer a boy.
I am a boy. Aren't you always till you get married, you're a boy?
You are an older boy.
You are so bad. How do I become Orry? I have dreams of becoming Orry. I keep thinking, oh, one day I'll wake up and I'll be Orry. people want to become Cinderella, I want to become Orry.
We actually have a cap that says, "When I grow up,
I want
want
to be Orry.
And
How do I
we
do
sell
that
it.
though?
So,
Beyond the cap.
so I will be honest, you can't become, it's not something you can just wake up and become, but it is something you can achieve. And I tell everyone that if you just fill an application and you get selected, you can join my team in perseverance of one day becoming me.
And how do they do this? And where does
You
it
submit
end?
an application. It's a minion application. I'd announced this on TV.
Minion
before. Yes, it's a
application.
minion application. And I judge you by your skills. And all Auris have different skills. They all have different skills. And once in a while, I'll put up the job posting saying looking for a new minion to add to the group. And then once you are selected, you get a lot of access. One to me, but I take my little posse everywhere I go. So you get access to the places I go, the people I meet, the opportunities that come my way. One of my minions, is trying to be like an actor, like, in TV ads and stuff like that. And he was kind of rejected for one of these ads. And he was in one of my reels as the side character. That was his JD. And the next day he called me. He was like, "You posted that reel, and those people who didn't select me for the ad, they called me and they were like, 'Oh, we'd love for you to do it.' And he got the job. And then at the end of giving him the job, they were like, 'Oh, and how do you know Orry?' So you see, the Orry touch, while I don't go around saying it changes people's lives, people think and come back to me and say it changed our life. So the little glow of light that comes on out of me or on me, I would like to share it with the people around me. And that's eventually how you achieve being Orry or Nirvana.
Do we have wattage for this light?
What does that mean?
And how many watt bulb is the Orry
Oh,
light?
no, it comes from within. So I was at a party the other day with Urvashi Rotella, okay? And she's entered the party. And I was on the table, I was a host, and it was her birthday, and she enters the club. And I was like staring at her, and I was like, what the hell? She has come with this spotlight on her. Not the club spotlight. She brought her own. She showed up, and it wasn't a little iPhone torch,
Lit
and it wasn't a
on
selfie light
wheels.
that you can hold in your hand. No, this was a light.
On
Like she
wheels.
had a man, I don't know if there were wheels or not, but he's carrying like this light. And I have the video of her. And the thing is, I, as a celebrity at the event who's hosting the event, by natural body muscles and reaction, took out my phone and recorded. Like that was the power of her light. Like it didn't matter who you were. You could be Donald Trump and you would take out your phone to record Urvashi's entrance. And I was just like, this woman knows what she's doing. And I've never had to do that because my light comes from within. Like when I enter a room.
So are you giving
feel
her
it.
a compliment or?
Oh no, it's a full compliment. I was taking notes and I looked at the group and I was like, which one of you brought the light for me? Like, I can't carry the burden of this all the time. Like, look at this woman. She has, and I got revenge on her that evening. So we were dancing on the DJ booth together to her song.
Like Donald Trump.
No, we were doing WD WD. And as everyone was recording, I pushed her on her own song nonetheless. And I was like, that's me getting revenge on you for the light. And she tried to blind me once. But
Did she fall?
she did. She toppled over. That posted the video myself. I was like, Urvashi, you are taking too much attention. This is not okay. I'm feeling very insecure. And your physical spotlight is outshining my inner glow.
So do you do such naughty things often?
Yes, of course.
What have you done that hasn't made it out to the public
Everything
yet?
I do will make it out to the public. I would not do it if it wasn't.
That's the intention.
Do it for the views.
Would you murder for views?
I would like to be the one getting murdered for the view because I feel like that is more glamorous. So if the theme of attention seeking today is murder, I would want to play victim, not murderer. Like I want to be the one running. I want to be the one with the cameras panning after me and the one turning around and screaming and barefoot in the rain and the snow, like, running and with the camera on my face as I'm like, yeah, that would be my scene.
When is Orry getting his arranged marriage?
In the future. I can confidently say in the future. Although my numerologist did tell me that in Feb 2026.
That's right on the corner?
Next year, yeah. On the 6th of Feb. It's on my calendar 6th. I think he said 7. So my alarm was going to say 6, so I know it's for tomorrow. He said, you will meet your soulmate. And your soulmate's name will not begin with an R or a W.
Oh,
so
that
on the
name.
7th of February 2026, nobody I meet, if anyone I meet's name starts with an R or a W, I'm going to be like, not today, Satan, not you, move. Anyone but the R's and the W's to the front. So, and everything my numerologist has predicted for me has come true.
How many of them do you employ?
No, I only have one, and I met him on a flight. And I had my headphones in, and he introduced himself to me, but I couldn't hear him. And I heard him say, I'm a neurologist. So I was
I need them.
I was like, amazing. Yes. I was like, a brain surgeon. Yes, I need the brain surgeon. Sign me up, buddy. Let's be best friends. And 10 minutes into the conversation, I realized he's a numerologist. And I was
Oh
like,
God.
I'm sitting with a scam artist. Like, what? Like, why did I take this out? But then we had a great conversation and he gave me some predictions. And I said, don't give me any predictions. I don't want to know the future. You should never know your future because it messes up your future. But he did say a few things which came true. He told me that in the summer, last summer, I will have, what is it, international acclaim, specifically with the country, Canada. And I was like, who is this clown? And I'm not going to Canada. And who did I dance with last summer? At the Ambani wedding, I performed 2 songs, not one, with Justin Bieber, who is Canadian. And I did get international acclaim, specifically with a Canadian. And I was like,
Wow.
how would the numerologist know? Like, what kundli is he reading to get this information? Because I want some of that. Anyways, whatever. And what was I saying? Numerologist. I forgot my train of thought.
Your wedding day.
No, I never thought I'd ever believe a numerologist. And yeah.
Do you have face readers and mind readers and
No,
tarot
that's why I
card
said I don't
readers?
believe in all this. And how weird it was that I had such a great time with him on the flight. And when we landed, he convinced me at 6 in the morning to go with him to Siddhi Vinayak. And I was like, how is this stranger convinced me to go to a temple with him at 6 a.m.? That, my friend, is power. To be able to convince someone after a flight landing at 6 a.m. to take you to Siddhi Vinayak.
And you keep in touch?
Once in a while, yeah. But I don't want to know my future, so I don't like to chat too much. But he tells me when I need to know something, he tells.
Random message comes.
Yes.
Do you dance happily?
I dance for Instagram reels, yes.
But not in real life?
I perform at weddings, yes.
You perform at
Yes,
weddings?
yes,
People
yes.
invite you?
People invite me and they pay me. I charge a large amount and I tell everyone, I mean, this is my thing that yes, if you pay me to come for your wedding, yes, I can give a speech as if we're friends. I'll pretend we went to college together. I'll give an amazing speech like, I was friends with the groom in college. You haven't seen us together because we live in different cities, but I love him. He loves me. We went dorm together, la 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 la. I'll perform in the Sangeet. I'll do this, I'll do that. I'll touch everyone, mother, brother, grandmother, father, whatever. And it does come with a fee, but I'm happy to do it.
Weddings that you perform at, you've done this cameo for a film that perhaps may not make it, but your cameo role has made it already. Nadanya.
Yeah.
People are only talking about your appearance there. How did they manage this?
Thank you. And I resent the statement where you said a film that will not make it.
No, I said may not or may not make it.
Everything will find its place. I tell everyone when I put a piece of content out, whether it gets 5 views, 500 views, 5,000, and usually I get 5 million.
You are getting a gazillion views.
That's what. So whether I get 5, 50, 500, 5,000, 500,000, I usually get 5 million. But even if I get less or more, I'm okay with it because the content will find who it's meant for eventually, and the people who are meant to enjoy it will enjoy it. That being said, you must promote it so it reaches the people it must reach. But my cameo, yes. When the director Shauna asked me to do a cameo in the movie, I was like, yes. There was no other answer. And I was like, I have to do this. I absolutely have to do this. And she was so gracious and generous giving me that cameo. I posted a story today thanking her. I messaged her I called her and I gave her a long thing. I was like, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And she was like, no, Orry, like, thank you for doing it for us. And I was like, you know what? I may be a celebrity and she may be happy that I did it. And yes, people are making reels. People are
loving it.
There are headlines about my cameo. It's few seconds in the movie and it's gone viral, which is good for the movie, but it's also good for me. And I was like, Shauna, while it may have been good for you and you're saying thank you, there are many people who could have done a cameo, but you chose me, you gave me the opportunity. And I am not one to carry the burden of my multiple short-lived successes into the room. So when I enter the room, I enter as a blank slate. And so I was thankful to her. I didn't enter and say, I'm doing you a favor. I was like, no, I have so much to gain from this. And we shot this a year ago. And look at how much I've gained today. There are headlines saying Orry stole the show.
And you did. That's the point I was making. The movie will be judged when it's judged. Your performance has already been judged as a winner.
And I was so happy to do the movie because Shauna is my good friend and the cast is my good friend. I have so many members in the AD group who are my good friends. So I felt at home on set. And there are fans who came up to me on the set. And I said to those fans, I was like, I don't take pictures on sets. And they followed me from the set to the van. And that was not a short walk from Flame University to the van. I went by car. But they jogged behind and came to my van. So I was like, if they came panting and sweating to the van, I have individually met each fan and they are my friends till today. I have pictures of them from then. And when the movie came out, I was sending it to them saying, these are the pictures we took. And one of them, Ashna Shroff, and I, good friends. I met her as a fan on the set, and today we are actually friends.
You did that in
So-
Nepal with people. You were
Yes,
taking,
I
clicking
did.
photographs.
Yes, I did. So remember, all fans are future minions, so never overlook them. But yes, the cameo was great. It did amazing for me. I am loving what people are saying about it. I'm loving the hype I'm getting for it. I'm so grateful to Shauna for it. I'm so grateful for Karan and Dharma for allowing me to do it and giving me that opportunity, because I only see that I gained from it, you know?
But thank you for being here. What an incredible human being you are, Orry. And he's rolling his eyes. But this man, beyond his agreement, when the cameras are off, is just as brilliant. Keep watching this, share it with your loved ones, and follow Orry if you're not already, and know that this is true genius. And I am so grateful for you being here.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
actually
Orry.
wouldn't mind if you said when the cameras are off, he's a monster. Like, I would love to put that out there, you know?
Okay.
When the camera goes off, he's a troll.
So if you really
I'm
think
kidding, Sabi. No, say it, it'll be funny, it'll be funny.
when the cameras are off, Orry is a monster, a dangerous, dark monster. So please be careful. You aren't, but thank you for being here. Orry.
you. It's a heart. Okay. Thank you, Sabi. What a good chat we had.